Shalom, shalom, and welcome to the Nexus. Hey, I've got some applause for you, Rosalie. How's that?
That's awesome. A little old church ladies. Okay.
That's the one that Monty Python uses when they want to applaud in there.
There you go.
I don't have my camera on. I got a cool camera thing going here. I'm playing my green screen. Huh?
There you go. I like it. Right on.
You asked me if I had my glasses. I figured I'd try these out.
There you go.
So welcome to the Nexus. I'm James, the Idol Smasher at the Idol Smasher, James the Idol Smasher at gmail.com. Welcome to the Nexus, the time we take for Torah each week, 8 o'clock here on Thursdays, 8 daylight time now. Maybe one day that'll go away and we'll live normally and go by the sun like people should do. But oh well, who needs science and zero? So in this day and age. So anyway, welcome to the Nexus. Taking your questions, your compliments, comments, complaints, if you're nice. You'll see a link right over here and a StreamYard link, and that is that's what's going to get you in here in the room. Folks over watching on X, because folks do actually watch on X. Thank you very much. I'm gonna. Oops, I didn't get that there. Let's try this again. I am going to try and get you a link as well, because I have had difficulty with that in the past. So look in the comments down below on X, and I'm going to put this down there right now. You can join in there as well. Of course, if you're on YouTube, you can see the same thing. And thank you once again, Rumble, for having us, because, this is the free speech platform. We're glad to be here.
Rumble?
Huh?
So on Rumble right now?
We are on Rumble, we are on YouTube, and we were on X, broadcasting live on 3 platforms. And we do move over for the full live show on Rumble. So if you're not there now, you can head over and the Idol Smasher. We're live there as well. You like my background? You like what I'm doing?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do.
Now, see, beforehand, I had the green screen over the flag, and then I thought so I gizmoed away with some thumbtacks and whatnot to get the flag in front of the green screen. So
there you go.
Because when I say I'm a Zionist, that's fine, but this is my country right here. This is the one I got to look out for until Mashiach comes and they're leaving in droves, and I grab a shirt. This is mine right here. So that's all I got to say about that. Rosalie, how you been this week? What's new?
I'm okay. I'm feeling a lot better.
Good.
Well, other than that, it's kind of been crazy, stupid crazy. But hey, we get through it one day at a time.
Center the flag there. My girls have they got the bug going around here in South Central Kansas, so they're having their 101 degree fever, both sent home. So, which was nice because I didn't have to pick them up or anything. You didn't have to work. I could relax and mow the lawn a little later than I usually do. It was kind of pleasant. But they're going through it. So little troopers.
How's your weather been your way? We had tornadoes up in my neck of the woods a couple of days ago. Pretty scary.
Here where we're at, we just got a little gentle splash, but not 30 miles down the road. Yeah, people were getting plummeted.
Yep, that's the way it was here too. It started out with they had water spouts over Lake Michigan around Chicago, 20 miles past Chicago in the lake. And we just followed it all the way. It kind of hopped over us and went to a different county and went straight up and a line and hit the Kalamazoo area. They had 2 tornadoes in that area. Portage is right before Kalamazoo, Ashtamo. It started in a little town called Centerville, and that's where the second tornado kicked in. And I haven't heard anything on. I know my daughter went to Portage today, and she was just upset with the devastation that she saw, because she's never really seen anything, never seen any tornadoes except for on TV, because we've been pretty lucky to not have them in our area, more so than that. Came close one time, but it didn't happen. So anyway, so she was really upset when she saw the devastation, trees everywhere, lines down. I mean, houses with, she's not used to that, and it upset her. So
Send her down here for a season.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun out here. It's pretty easy because there's such a wonderful Kansas infrastructure. Everything's connected and the streets are gridded. So, if you're in a tornado, just remember if you're driving in a tornado, the tornado doesn't go in reverse.
No.
Just keep that in mind.
Right.
Get cover, but yeah. Not something you think about, but you can get the heck out of the way of a tornado. It can change direction on you. It can move, but generally. So I'm sorry to hear that. I guess you don't really get too many tornadoes up there. Maybe some water spouts, I guess, but you don't.
Yeah, well, but they usually stay in the middle of the lake. I mean, there's like where I'm at. There's like 35 miles between us and Chicago. If you cross the lake that way, where I used to be, there was a lot bigger area, but down here, so it's like, yeah. So it's like if this happened in Chicago, you can either do two things. It can go south of where I am or north of where I am, by like 15, 20 miles. We just seem to be either in that area that it misses or it's going to extremely dump. The extremely dump is usually where we get water and snow. But everything else, it goes north 20 miles or it goes south 20 miles. So it'll hit like South Bend, Indiana, or it'll hit like up in the upper county where I'm at, where my daughter lives. So
Gotcha. Well,
anyway, I didn't mean to change the subject on you, but
no, the subject was you, Rosalie.
Yeah, just keep the people of Kalamazoo and Dowagiac and Centerville and all the areas that were struck by tornadoes a couple of days ago. Keep them in your prayers, because it's like. But thank God now we have coverage. South Bend will cover a lot of that area because the sonar is either in Elkhart or it's in Mishawaka. I can't remember, but it's in the South Bend area, and Chicago gets a little bit of it, and Grand Rapids has radar. So there's like 3 radars constantly watching. So it's like they were doing a really good. The meteorologists on the TV were doing really good by watching debris fields and everything else on the screen and everything else. So that's how they knew it was coming. They just needed boots on the ground, so to speak, or people calling, telling them, yeah, it's the sucker's on the ground. That they still can't predict that. They have to actually have people see it.
Yeah. We had a lot of storm chasers in Oklahoma City that would brave. They go out in these little armored vehicles and they get the information you need. That's a legitimate thing about local news, especially out here in the Midwest, is weather. That could save your life, those guys.
Yep.
That's why they do it. That's why they make the big bucks. Okay. I took the banner off because we're going to do some memes. It's meme time. And we're going to start out this week's meme of the week with the juice box infitata.
Yeah, I'd like that one.
You might want to get the juice box, the jihad.
I like that one.
This one's kind of cute, a little cute, but sort of cute. More of a comic than a meme. But big meme of the week. Here we go, right there, smiling Hitler on Mein Kampf with the watermelon. I never got the AI going around of IDF soldiers on a beach in Gaza eating watermelon together. Until I found out they were eating.
Oh yeah, Gav, the one Gav said, yeah.
That's funny. That was funny.
Rabbi Gav Kostanov said, yeah, that was pretty good.
Juice box jihad. Okay.
Yeah, I like that. That's funny.
Thank you, Gav, for that. Who's returning home to the land of Israel after visiting the States. Happy trails. I hope you make it or have made it home. Yeah. And Gav, if you're watching this right now live, come in here. It's been too long.
Oh, no kidding. No kidding.
All right. We've got a lot going on. I like this week's Parsha because it's law. It's law. It's commandments from God. It's that black and white. You just want a list. George Carlin would say that about the 7 dirty words. You have to say it to know it's wrong. That's no way to live. You need a list. Well, Kedoshim is a list. Is everything you need. Do not hate your brother. There you go. Because there's so much in this now. There's so much in this Parsha about exactly what the communists are doing in my country right now, particularly in media. It's just, but anyway, the link to that, and you know what? Twitter, I'm not forgetting about Twitter. I said the old word. I'm so passe, right? I want to give you a link to what we're reading too. It's a shame that you don't get the metadata with or the conversations that we have over here. But I'm going to put this. Where's my profile? Here we go. I want to put this as a comment also under there, so you can follow along at home or in your. Don't follow along in your car unless you're chilled out and doing nothing. I wouldn't want you to study Torah while you're driving. It's you could do better. You could probably text and do better, but don't text. My wife can do that. She can text, drive with her knee, and do the makeup in the rearview mirror. I've seen it. Scared the tar out of me. She doesn't do it as much as she used to because she gets she's concerned about my health to a degree. Okay, do not hate your brother. This is the one I wanted to. The stranger. Oh, lots of stuff about the ger. Lots of stuff. Lots of ger. They actually, they're actually putting. There's going to be other people not like you, with you. Do not hate your brother in your heart. If I can just find it. And this is what I like about when I studied with the rabbis and when I listen to Jews talk is they will argue. But it's I can't find the quote. Darn it! This is what I get for going. I see I had it written down and then I accidentally got rid of it. It's do not hate your brother in your heart. Rebuke him. You shall surely rebuke him.
Yes. You keep talking, I'll find it.
Do not favor a poor person. Injustice. Do not commit injustice in judgment. You shall not favor a poor person or a respected great man or a powerful man or rich man.
Here's one of my favorites. You shall not curse a deaf person. You shall not place a stumbling block before a blind person. And you shall fear your God, for I am the Lord.
Amen. Okay, here it is. 1917. You shall not hate your brother in your heart. You shall surely rebuke your fellow, but you shall not bear a sin on his account. Ooh. Hating your brother, even if he deserves it, in your mind, is a sin, is what he's saying. You shall surely rebuke him. So, call him out.
That's right.
Don't be afraid to call him out. They say, how dare you judge? Well, I'm commanded to judge. All human beings are commanded to judge. You just have to do it by his statutes. You don't judge it by your own personal statutes.
That's right.
You shall neither take revenge nor bear a grudge against the members of your people. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord. See, I like this stuff. I like it when he just tells you if a man lies carnally with a woman and she is a handmaid designated for a man and she has not been fully redeemed nor had her document of emancipation been granted her, there shall be an investigation. They shall not be put to death because she had not been completely freed. That's how deep this can get. Let's move along here. I'm just going to talk about it. I'm just going to bring it up. If you have anything to say, if you want to read some Rashi, anybody, if you have questions out there, we'd love to hear from you. Do not eat over blood, let alone you're prohibited to eat blood. We read that a couple back. Don't eat over blood. You have to separate the blood.
You shall not act on the basis of omens or lucky hours. I like that too. That kind of shoots up. What's his name? Balaam right in the foot.
Who's that?
Balaam.
Oh.
Because he knew when God was going to get angry.
Yeah, he did.
Omens or the lucky hours. That's where that pretty much hands too. Yeah.
Why do Jews not get tattoos? Because it says so in the Bible. This is also what I want to talk about, biblical law. This is why it says, do not make cuts in your flesh for a person who died. You shall not etch a tattoo on yourselves. I am the Lord. That's biblical law. There's nothing in biblical law that says you can't have a cold, pastrami and cheese sandwich. But there's a halacha. There's Jewish law.
Mm-hmm.
And Jewish laws, they're basically ways to keep the law that's already established. They're just fleshing out the law as far as doing it, in the here and now. We didn't know that certain fish had scales, and there's been a debate. We can't call a turkey kosher because for Passover or for anything close to it, they can't call a turkey kosher because the Sanhedrin never saw turkey in their life. It was on the other side of the world. There aren't turkeys in England or Greece, or let alone the land of Israel. So we can't call it a turkey kosher. You could slaughter it proper. And by all biblical accounts, that bird would be kosher to eat. But they can't kosher. You can't call it that. Can't get your hechsher. You can't get your check off from your rabbi. That's all going to change too.
Right.
Shall not defile your daughter by making her a harlot, lest the land fall into harlotry, and the land be filled with immorality. You shall not rise before a venerable person, and you shall respect the elderly. And you shall fear your God. I am the Lord. I'm going to read that again because I think it sounds vaguely important, and we kind of forget about this nowadays. You shall not rise before a venerable person. In other words, buck up. Rise up to him. And you shall not, and you shall respect the elderly.
Yeah, good luck with it.
Don't turn to sorcery. Of course, you don't turn to sorcery.
Here is all the no high stuff.
Aha. When a stranger sojourns with you in your land, you shall not taunt him. That's okay, Israel. Other Garam taunt us. That's fine. We get our daily dose of taunting from our own.
From our own idiots.
Just like y'all. Isn't that weird?
Oh, my God.
The stranger who sojourns with you shall be as a native born from among you, and you shall love him as yourself. For you were Garam in the land of Egypt. You were strangers in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. You shall not commit a perversion of justice with measures, weights, or liquid measures. You shall have true scales, true weights, a true ephah, a true hin. That's oils. The liquid is hin. The ephah is like a handful of proper. I am the Lord your God who brought you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Wine. A hin of wine. Yeah.
Hin of wine. Any man of the children of Israel or the strangers who sojourn among Israel, who gives any of his offspring to Molech, shall surely be put to death. The people of the land shall pelt him with stones. There's no freedom of religion in Judaism. Sorry, guys. Because it's not about religion. It's about preparing us for no more religion. There won't be religion when God's here. There will be no need for it. The Lord will be one. So all the stuff we've looked at for our divine, people want to venerate. They know something's bigger in the world than them, but they'll just take a piece of nature and worship it, or they'll make an image and worship it. That thing that mankind does to want to reach for some higher power will be one. Everybody will see one thing, and they'll all see it from their own perspective, but it will be one. Let's see.
Hey, how's everyone doing?
Hey! We're over here on Kabod, just checking out Kedoshim before we head over to Rumble a bit.
So it looks like you made it to Shemayim, huh? You made it after all, huh? You're in the clouds, James.
Oh, you like that?
American flag. Put your Blues Brothers glasses back on. Put them cool shades back on.
Oh yeah, here, hang on. You want to do it right. This is how we started the hangover.
Trying to figure out if he's Elwood's brother or if he's Jake's.
Yeah, we're on a mission from God.
That's right.
We're on a mission from God. They're not going to catch us. So yeah.
Take that fakakta. Get out of here.
This is more like it right here. I got my big letters on for Kedoshim. Any man who curses his father or his mother shall be put to death. He has cursed his father and his mother. His blood is upon himself. That's a commandment. Imagine living in a world where doing something like that would be so abhorrent. You know, imagine a world where you did honor where everybody honored their father and mother. A man who commits adultery with another man's wife, committing adultery with the wife of his fellow, the adulterer and the adulteress shall be put to death. Both of yous. It ain't cool. Sexual revolution was bullshit. A man who lies with his daughter-in-law, both of them shall surely be put to death. They have committed depravity. Let's see. A man who lies with a male as one with a woman has committed an abomination, be put to death. Sorry, guys. I didn't write the book. I just try to do my best with it. A man who takes a woman and her mother is evil counsel. They shall burn him in the fire. Now there should be no evil counsel in your midst. So you don't burn the women, the mother and the daughter, but you burn the guy. I'm not going to live with that. A man who lies with an animal shall be put to death along with the animal. A woman who comes close to any animal that will mate with her or try, you kill the woman and the animal. A man who takes his sister, his father's daughter, his mother's daughter, and seeks their nakedness, or sees their nakedness, and she sees his nakedness. It is a disgraceful act, and they shall be cut off before the eyes of the members of their people. He uncovered his sister's nakedness. And we can do that for just about anybody, your mother's sister, your father's sister, brothers. A man who takes his brother's wife is a repulsive act. Only when the brother dies and they haven't had any babies, then you can fulfill your brother's promise to her. Observe all my commandments, all my statutes. On there, we'll go to the final reading. Now here's the trick. Chapter 23, you shall not follow the practices of the nation that I am sending away from before you, for they committed all these sins as I was disgusted with them. The nation that I am sending you away from before you, that would be Egypt, would it not?
Uh-huh.
So these are things they did in Egypt. Still with them. It's a lot of it, you know. That's why he ate their blood. He ate their gods. Shall distinguish between clean and unclean animals, between unclean birds and clean ones. Don't make yourself disgusting with unclean animals and birds and any creature that crawls on the earth that I have distinguished to render unclean. Any man or woman who has the sorcery of Av or Yadani, if I say that right, shall surely be put to death. They shall be pelt them with stones. Their blood is upon themselves. So that's what I like about biblical law. It just gives it to you straight, like a shot of espresso. Just bam, wake you up. And if you look at it as not a living under a boot, and you look at like this week's Parsha Kedoshim in the book of Leviticus, and look at it as a way to look at human consciousness and human behavior, and what the punishment really means and why. Even if you don't keep it, you can find great beauty in it. Did he run away? Did John go away?
I don't know. I'm reading. Must have.
John went away. Come on back, John.
It got knocked off.
So there you go. Just a quick look at the Parsha this week. We're gonna head over to Rumble exclusively now and get on it, folks at YouTube.
Did you want to do the half Torah first? No.
We'll do half Torah down the road. I want to say one thing about we'll do it live tonight. We'll do it over on Rumble. I've had my comments taken down on YouTube when it comes to a specific topic by one of the more mouthy American anti-Semites on television. And people ask questions, and I answer them with fact, verifiable historical fact, and it gets taken down 3 times in one day. So
yeah.
I was trying to be nice, but not anymore. Appreciate you, YouTube, for having all our stuff on